Lesson 62.5 topic. Another ritual would be what to do to grow intuition within oneself so that one can hear what the Father and his spiritual hierarchy are saying. Greetings, brothers and sisters. I am here and I am glad you are listening to this lesson. It has taken me a while to come up with the material so that it is understandable and achievable with the resources that you have. It hasn't been easy to arrive at a message that you will understand. I warn you, the process of opening your intuition to the Father, to the universe, and to the entire spiritual hierarchy is not so simple. It requires a great deal of meditation and much perseverance. To begin the process, you must change your diet, cleanse the channels between the chakras through which energy flows, and open the energy centers of the mind and the brain. This greatly helps to open the third eye. But since in this case we want a simple ritual applicable to everyone, ideally meditation wouldn't be necessary. However, if you want to begin the process quickly, which depends on each individual, you must perform a short meditation each day before the ritual. Let me explain the process. First, you must meditate, reaching the superficial level of concentration, meaning you can hear your own heartbeat. Once you have reached this level and your breathing is slow and steady, you can hear your heartbeat and feel the blood circulating through your body. You must relax a little more, reaching a slightly deeper state. Let your mind wander freely. Let it hear and say whatever it wants, and try to eliminate any intrusive thoughts. If any intrusive thoughts arise, you must stop paying attention to them. This weakens the power, and over time they will disappear. What you must do when you are in this second state of concentration, that is, when you are below the superficial state, is what you need to do is visualize a large ball of white energy and think that this enormous white ball of energy represents the universe. The spiritual hierarchy and the Father are included in this ball. But let's start with the universe and the lower spiritual hierarchy, as it will be simpler. Then visualize this white ball and say, I want to open myself to the universe, to the Father, and to the spiritual hierarchy, that they may communicate to me whatever is necessary, that I may have ears for them, and that I may be a messenger of them. Say this for 10 or 15 minutes. If you were already communicating with the universe or with the spiritual hierarchy, you would know when to end this process. But since you don't, you should continue for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Then we perform the actual ritual. This has only been a preparation to ensure that the mind is attuned to the energy it will have to withstand in this process of communication with the universe. So what you have to do is on the altar place a salt stone or a good-sized crystalline stone. I say that the cheapest is a salt stone, but a large quartz or any other crystalline mineral stone will also work. Surrounding this crystalline stone, place 4 pyramids, each one at a cardinal point, that is, north, south, east, and west. Then stand in front of the altar at a distance of half a meter, either standing up or in the yoga posture known as the lotus flower, that is, with your legs crossed. Put your arms up with your hands extended, and then visualize that the stones on the altar and the pyramids are capable of absorbing energy of the universe. They are conductors of the energy of the Father, of the universe, and of the spiritual hierarchy. When you visualize how the communication process connects with this altar, you will have to visualize it. It's very easy because it's actually happening. You have to visualize the energy passing through this altar to your body, starting with the lower chakra located at the base of the spine. The energy then circulates upwards, entering through your feet, continuing through your lower chakra, reaching the upper chakra, and finally the head. As your arms are extended, visualize the energy rising to the sky through your fingertips. Remain like this for a while, allowing the circuit to become increasingly powerful. Do this for 10 to 15 minutes. You can do this every 2 or 3 days as it tends to be energetic. I recommend placing the stones you put on the altar along with the pyramids in the sun to change them with energy. The pyramids can be made of any material, but it's preferable to use crystals, preferably minerals. Size does not matter with the pyramids. In the case of the salt stone, it's not the same either. But the larger the crystalline stone placed in the center of the altar, surrounded by the mirrored pyramids, the more energy it will accumulate and the easier the communication will be. In the case of the pyramid, size isn't as important. I hope this ritual is helpful. This ritual is therefore valid for initiating communication with the universe, with the Father, and with the lower and higher spiritual hierarchies. To speak specifically with the higher spiritual hierarchy and the Father, I will explain in the next lesson, because to do that, you must first perform this ritual and have already established some form of communication with the universe. This is your first step in communicating with the Father. This requires much more work. But if you haven't taken the first step, the second one will be impossible. You must open the door of your mind, prepare your body and your energetic structure to achieve such communication. If you do this for a long time, depending on each of your abilities and your will, you can go far toward the goal. The goal is for intuition, as you say, to be an open door to the universe, and for you to be a messenger of the universe, an envoy of the Father. And when you speak in this physical dimension, surrounded by your brothers and sisters, you can be advisors to help them in your communication with the spiritual hierarchy and with the universe. So, until the next lesson, brothers and sisters.